Hindi na raw sorpresa sa ombudsman na hindi tumatalima itong si Garcia sa mga suspension order kasi makailang beses na rin itong pinasuspend, di ba? Ang sabi dito, this is not the first time Governor Garcia has defied the rule of law. Hindi raw ito first time ni Governor Garcia na hindi sumunod dito po sa rule of law.
At yun ang mga kabayan, pag-usapan nga po natin. Ito pong raceback. Raceback po ni Ombudsman Martires, mga kabayan. Dito po sa isang gobernador na tinabagay ayaw sumunod sa utos ng ombudsman. Tapos, mga kabayan, humingi pa ng tulong kay Bongbong Marcos na siya nga ay mga kabayan, para bang nagpapapadrino parang lang, mga kabayan ayaw makinig. Pinatawan na po itong governor na to ng 6 months na suspension. Ayaw bumaba, mga kabayan. Kung aalalahanin nyo, mga kabayan, noon, yung mayor ng Cebu, sinuspende. O may nagawa ba? Nasuspend kagad yun? Hindi nga nagsalita si Bongbong Marcos palibasa kasi, mga kabayan, kaalyado po ni Pangulong Duterte. Eto. Kaya ba dahil dyan ba magpapabigay magbebenta ng 20 pesos na bigas? Kasi kaalyado to ni Junior Di mo ba? Pagkaalyado po ba, kailangan bang proteksyonan? Kailangan bang padrinuhan? Kasi naalala ko nung isang mayor na hindi po kaalyado, hindi po kaalyansa, wala naman po tayo narinig na ganyan mula sa ating Pangulo. Di mo ba? Ito, panoorin niyo po, mga bayan, rumesback po, rumesback po si Ombudsman Martires. Alam mo sabi ni Ombudsman Martires, tinabagay itong governor na to, tinatanggalan ako ng kapangyarihan. Ito, panoorin niyo po, mga bayan,
Abay, meron pong pahayag dito at patutsada si Governor Garcia na kesyo ay pinupolitika siya. Meron ding pahayag yung kanyang anak at meron pang pahayag si President Bongbong Marcos dahil pinatawan po ng 6 na buwan na suspensyon itong si Governor Gwen Garcia ng Cebu Province, mga kapartner. Okay? Ito po ay may kaugnayan doon sa pinasok na kontrata. Anim na buwan ito dahil sa pagbibigay ng special quarry permit sa isang construction company. Okay? So pinatawan po siya ng suspension ukol dito. Ibig sabihin, pinabababa siya sa pwesto, hindi mo na siya gobernador para bigyan pang kalayaan ng investigasyon ng Office of the Ombudsman, which is usual ito as procedure, due process po, mga kapartner, sa pag-iimbestiga po, Nagpalabas ng pahayag si Governor Gwen Garcia dito, mga kapartner. Nabasa na natin ito nung mismong araw ng pagpataw sa kanya ng suspension, pero balikan lang ulit natin, mga kapartner, kasi meron pong tugon na dito ulit ang Office of the Ombudsman sa unang naging pahayag ni Governor Gwen Garcia. At ito po yung unang pahayag ni Governor Gwen. Ang sabi niya dito po, mga kapartner, and I quote, "The Office of the Ombudsman has placed me under preventive suspension. I respect the processes of the law, but I must respectfully disagree with both the basis and the necessity of this action." Okay. So, in short, hindi niya sinasang-ayunan The issuance of the special permit in question was driven solely by the urgent need to address the critical water shortage that had severely affected the entire franchise area of the Metropolitan Cebu Water District, which includes Cebu City and 7 other local government units. Kumbaga, nagawa niya itong lalabas ng special permit dahil nga nagkakaroon na daw sila ng water crisis or critical water shortage. Kaya yung urgent need ay andon. All decisions were undertaken in close collaboration with the affected local government units as well as with the government agencies tasked to regulate environmental matters, namely the DNR, Environmental Management Bureau, and the Mines and Geosciences Bureau, MGB. It must also be emphasized that this course of action was carried out with the proper approval of the board, of the provincial board, which had earlier declared the entire province of Cebu under a state of calamity due to the acute water shortage. Kumbaga, duman daw ito sa tamang kolaborasyon sa mga apektadong LGU and government agencies po na patungkol po sa mga environmental na usapin. Only by desilting the Mananga River could the situation be immediately alleviated and the water crisis addressed. Ang pagpapalalim, desilting sa Mananga River ang isa sa mga nakikita nilang mabilisang hakbang upang matugunan itong problema nila sa tubig. There was no personal interest or malice involved. Only a deep sense of responsibility to act swiftly in the face of the growing burden and suffering of the Cebuanos due to the dwindling water supply, not to mention the potential health hazards caused by the unavailability of clean water. It bears stressing that we're never given notice of this complaint and thus were deprived of the opportunity to respond to Mr. Moises Garcia de Parenes' baseless and malicious accusations. It is important to note that the complainant, dito na niya parang dinidikit sa usaping political po mga kapartner. It is important, It is important to note that the complainant is a known political figure affiliated with partisan groups. We will allow the facts, not political motivations, to speak for themselves. My legal team is already taking the necessary steps to challenge this preventive suspension. Through the proper legal channels. I have full faith that truth and justice will prevail. Sabi pa ni Governor Gwen Garcia. Mensahe niya sa mga Sugbuanon. Please be assured that my commitment to serve you remains steadfast. No political maneuvering, no malicious attacks, and no unjust actions will ever deter me from fulfilling my sworn duty. In these times, let us stand together, guided by truth, united by purpose, and driven by our unwavering love for strong and united Cebu. Dagdag pa niya dito. And to clarify a few key facts, sabi niya dito. Number 1, the complainant, Moises Garcia de Parene, is the founder of the Duterte Riders team and is openly affiliated with political or partisan political groups. Dagdag pa ng gobernadora. The suspension order was issued by Ombudsman Samuel Martires, a known Duterte appointee, and was released with barely 2 weeks before the elections. Ibig ba sabihin, pagpalagay natin, halimbawa, ang isang individual na maka-Marcos siya, no? Isang government official na maka-Marcos, tapos, ano na siya, parang exempted na siya, nakagawa siya ng mali, exempted na ba siya na patawan ng parusa ng ombudsman, or hindi ba siya under ng ombudsman? Kasi sasabi, ay, kalaban man yan sa politika namin. Hindi ako susunod dyan kasi kalaban yan sa politika. So, okay ba yung ganon? Akala nga ng mga netizen na itong si Garcia ay naging pro Duterte na rin kasi halos daw lahat ng mga ginigipit ngayon aligned sa mga Duterte. Number 3, the suspension is illegal as it violates Section 261 of the Omnibus Election Code, which explicitly states that, quote-unquote, any public officials who suspend any provincial, city, municipal, or barangay officer without prior approval of the commission shall be guilty of an election offense. This applies during the official election period, which for the May 2025 election runs from June 12 or January 12 to June 11, 2025. No COMELEC approval was secured prior to the issuance of the suspension, sabi pa ni Garcia. The special permit in question was issued only out of necessity, dahil kailangan na talaga, to address a critical water shortage affecting Cebu City and 7 other LGUs. This was done in full coordination with DNR, EMB, and affected LGUs, and with sanggunian approval after the province was declared under the state of calamity. Yan po yung naging pahayag ni Governor Gwen Garcia po, mga kapartner. Okay? At sa kanyang recent na press conference, talagang nanindigan siya na hindi siya bababa sa pwesto. Kasi mali daw yung desisyon na yun. Samantala, nagbigay naman po ng pahayag ang isa sa opisyal ng gobyerno, anak niya, si Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco. Basahin natin dito ang kanyang pahayag in support sa kanyang ina. Here in Cebu, strength takes form in a leader whose vision and resolve have become inseparable from the Cebu's rise. Governor Gwendolyn Garcia. Hers a rare kind of leadership anchored in our culture, unshakably devoted and fiercely loyal to her people, marked by a clarity and decisiveness rare in public life. In challenging moments when others pause, she acts. When others yield to pressure, she holds the line. There is something enduring about her presence in government, the kind of leadership that defines a generation and leaves a mark long after the term ends. What she has done for Cebu is not only to lead it, it is to unify it. Cebu speaks in one voice because her leadership listens to all. Cebu moves as one because her service reaches everyone. Today, the eyes of the nation are on Cebu, not just because of its beauty, but because of its unity. Not because of politics, but because of purpose. In a time when it's easier to take sides than to stand together, Cebu unifies or chooses unity. That is what true leadership looks like. Firm in principle, focused on people, and faithful to progress. Cebu shows us what is possible when leaders lead with courage and people move as one. Time and again, through crisis, calamity, and challenge, Governor Gwen Garcia has rallied this unity, not by force, but by faith in her people. She has known that unity is not just a response. It is Cebu's identity, and it is the same unity that will carry us forward as a province and as a nation. If we are to build a nation where no one is left behind, where every table has food, every farmer has dignity, and every community has a voice, we must move forward the way Cebu has united. And as a tiny son has said, Tennyson has said, strong in will to strive to seek to find and not to yield. Nagpalabas din ng pahayag si Marcos Jr. po mga kapartner, ang presidente po natin. Ang sabi niya dito, I have made aware of the preventive suspension issued against Governor Gwendolyn Garcia of Cebu. Let me be clear. In a time like this, so close to the elections, it is vital that we would uphold the rule of law and observe due process. Wow! Sabi niya, rule of law daw. Sumunod daw sa rule of law. And due process. Any action that affects the mandate of a duly elected official must go through the proper channels and in accordance with the Constitution and the Omnibus Election Code. Governor Garcia served Cebu with strength and consistency until all legal questions surrounding the suspension are resolved. She deserves to be treated fairly daw, treated fairly and respect owed to her office. Let us not allow politics, wag daw payagan yung politika, to get in the way of public service. Wag daw, pag nag-public service ka raw, ilayo daw yung yung mga politika, ganito ganyan. Kaya pala may mukha niya yung We must always be guided by the law. Ayan. Law-abiding citizen ito si Marcos Jr. by prudence and by what is best for the Filipino people. Sabi naman dito ng tagapagsalita ng palasyo or ang communications undersecretary ng palasyo na si Claire Castro, hindi raw makikialam si Marcos Jr. sa naging desisyon po ng Office of the Ombudsman. So anong tawag dito? Yung pagpapahayag niya. Dapat hindi na siya nagbigay ng pahayag. Nung panahon niya na ginigipit, unang bahagi na ginigipit si BP Sara, wala nga siyang ganito eh. Kasi ba yun ay politically motivated? Dahil ikaw ba'y makakabenepisyo doon? Hindi makikialam. Sabi dito, sabi pa rito, dapat pairalin daw lang yung rule of law. Ganun ba? So, hindi daw makikialam po mga kapartner. So, ang sabi dito, dahil ang nagkaso daw sa kanya ay Duterte supporter, ang nagpataw daw sa kanya ng suspension ay kumbaga parang immune ka pag Duterte aligned, dapat hindi ka pwedeng patawan ng suspension kung may pagkakamali na nakita sa'yo. Mga kapartner. O eto, basahin natin ang naging pahayag ni ng Office of the Ombudsman, mga kapartner. Basahin natin dito, and I quote, "The public declaration of suspended Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia that she will remain in office notwithstanding the valid suspension order issued by the Office of the Ombudsman that was implemented and served upon her did not come to us as a surprise." Hindi na raw sorpresa sa kanila, sa ombudsman, na hindi tumatalima itong si Garcia sa mga tawag nito, sa mga suspension order. Kasi makailang beses na rin itong pinasuspend, di ba? Wala ba tayong kopya nito? Wala kayong maipakita? Wala kayong maipakita nito sa Office of the Ombudsman? Meron akong binigay, di ba? Ang sabi dito, this is not the first time Governor Garcia has defied the rule of law, particularly the lawful order and decision of the Ombudsman. Hindi raw ito first time ni Governor Garcia na hindi sumunod dito po sa rule of law. must be recalled that Governor Garcia was then a congressman of the 3rd District of Cebu, was charged before the ombudsman of the purchase sometime in 2008 of a property that was later found to be underwater. Accordingly, in a decision dated January 15, 2018, Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales ordered that Congresswoman, now Governor Gwen Garcia be dismissed from the service with the accessory penalties of perpetual disqualification from holding public office, cancellation of eligibility, and forfeiture of retirement benefits. In this instance, Congresswoman, now Governor, Gwen Garcia defied the Ombudsman's decision and without any court order remained in office until June 2019. Hindi na pala first time ni Governor Gwen. Ito si Conchita Carpio Morales sa desisyon niya, hindi naman ito Duterte panahon ito ni Duterte kasi 2018. Pero ang namumuno doon sa ombudsman si Carpio Morales. Ang sabi pa dito, because the decision of the ombudsman was not implemented by the leadership of the House of Representatives. Ang House of Representatives pala during that time ang hindi implement. What puzzles us, however, is the conflicting posture of Governor Garcia in her statements. Dagdag pa ng ombudsman. While in one breath, she claims that the order of preventive suspension is in violation of the Commission Elections or COMELEC rules, then in another breath, she seeks solace in the Secretary of the Interior of Local Government or SILG on the interpretation of the COMELEC rules. So kumbaga, ang sabi niya, masyado namang malaki na wala na yung mga logo natin. Sabi niya rito na di ba violation yan sa COMELEC? Tapos, humingi rin daw siya ng advice o interpretasyon ng DILG patungkol sa COMELEC rules. Ala ko ba, hindi mo sinusunod or violation ito sa COMELEC, tapos yun din. No? So yun, parang ganun yung sabi ng ombudsman. Sabi niya ng ombudsman pa dito, with all due respect, we view this as a misplaced request for an opinion because aside from the Supreme Court, the only government agency tasked to implement and interpret the Omnibus Election Code is the COMELEC. Then she further claims that the office vested, kasi nga gusto niyang ipa-interpret pa sa DILG yung COMELEC rules. Yung makaka-interpret talaga niyan is yung yung COMELEC. Aside sa Supreme Court. Yung pagbibigay diin ng Office of the Ombudsman. Dagdag pa ng Office of the Ombudsman, then she further claims that the office vested with the authority to serve and implement the orders of the Ombudsman is the DILG and PNP. Is the good governor stripping the Ombudsman of its inherent power to implement its orders, decision, and legal processes? Para bang tinatanggalan ba ni governor ng gobernadora ng kapangyarihan ang Office of the Ombudsman sa pagpapatupad ng kanilang mga order, decision at legal processes? As a matter of practice, the Office of the Ombudsman had, in the previous year, stopped the DILG and various departments in the executive branch to implement its orders and decisions with respect to officials and employees within their administrative supervision and jurisdiction. We realized, however, that our decision and orders were not immediately served and implemented. Worst, it resulted in the leakage of our orders and decision, thus giving the respondents the opportunity to seek for an injunctive relief before the courts. Hence, the omnibus decided to put a stop to this practice. We would like to assure the good governor that due process was served in issuance of the preventive suspension order. For her guidance, a preventive suspension order is issued before the start of the investigation. Okay? Kumbaga, mag-uumpisa ito, ang investigasyon, pag may nakitang sapat na dahilan para umusad, magpapatupad muna ng suspension order. Ang sabi dito sa Section 24 ng RA 6770 or Ombudsman Act of 1989, and I quote, "The Ombudsman or the deputies can preventively suspend an officer or employee under their authority pending an investigation. This can be done if the evidence of guilt is strong and the charges involve dishonesty, oppression, gross misconduct, or neglect of duty, or if the respondent's continued stay in office might prejudice the case. The suspension without any pay can last until the case is terminated by the office of the Ombudsman, but not exceeding to 6 months. Further, in addition, to the above provision of the law, a preventive suspension is issued to preserve the documents and evidence pertaining to the case which are under their control and custody and the possibility of being tampered with, to prevent the harassment of witnesses, and in order to avoid the commission of further malfeasance or misfeasance of the office. In short, mga kapartner, kaya merong ganito na preventive suspension na ipinapataw po at doon magkakaroon ng investigasyon para hindi po magalaw nung inaakusahan na isang opisyal. Kasi kung nandyan pa rin siya, baka hindi natin alam, pwede niyang itago yung mga dokumento, i-tamper niya yung mga dokumento para hindi niya mapakialaman, kumbaga, ma-preserve po yung mga dokumento. So, kailangan mo na niya mag-step down, masuspend mo na siya para mabigyan ng kalayaan ang ombudsman na mag-imbestiga rito, no? Para hindi kumbaga hindi niya magalaw, no, ng inaakusahan. O di po ba? Governor Garcia owes the Ombudsman an apology for its unfounded accusation and malicious insinuation that politics is involved in the issuance of the preventive suspension order because the Ombudsman is an appointee of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. I would like to remind, saglit lang, di ba, kung ganito yung logic ni Garcia, hindi po ba ang isa sa mga mahigpit na kaalyado ni former President Rodrigo Duterte at opisyal, Vice President for Visayas ata ito ng PDP laban, si Mike Rama, Mayor Mike Rama ng Cebu City po, mga kapartner. Hindi po ba napatawan din siya ng suspension ng Office of the Ombudsman? Kung susundin po yung logic nung sinabi ni Garcia na, appointee yan ni kaya ginigipit ako. Dapat hindi dapat masuspend si Rama. Hindi po ba? I would like to remind the good governor that irrespective of who appointed the Ombudsman, its deputies, and the special prosecutors, regardless of the political color or affiliation of the respondent accused, we shall apply the law justly and fairly. We shall always be cognizant of the right of the respondent to presumed innocent. The office of the Ombudsman has remained and will always remain an independent, constitutional office and committed in its mandate to protect the rights of the people and fight graft and corruption. Yan po ang naging pahayag po ni Samuel Martires po mga kapartners, Samuel Reyes Martires ng Ombudsman. Ano ba ang inyong masasabi ukol dito?
Oh, di ba mga kabayan? Nakala kasi siguro nitong mga to, ha? Lalampa-lampa ang ombudsman natin. Eh, nagkakamali po sila. Ado, ang Pangulo po ang naglalagay kung sino po ang magiging tagapinuno ng ombudsman. Eh, di ba? May sarili po yung kapangyarihan eh. O, edi nakatikim po sila ngayon. O mga kabayo, huwag niyo pong kalimutan i-hit like at subscribe button ha. At magkita-kita pa nga po tayo sa mga susunod pa nating video. Paalam!